NFL on CBS. Today's game is sponsored by the Miller Brewing Company, brewers of Miller High Life. If you've got the time, we've got the beer. Ford Motor Company, building tomorrow's cars today. And by Sperry, we understand how important it is to listen.
Welcome to the Silverdome in Pontiac, Michigan for this afternoon's NFL matchup, the Washington Redskins and the Detroit Lions. Hi, everybody. I'm Frank Lieber along with Sonny Jurgensen, and neither of these clubs wants to be 0-2 after today, but in all likelihood, somebody's going to be.
Well, the Redskins are a team searching for an identity, and 0-2 isn't the identity that they're looking for. And they would really like to be rewarded for some of the hard work they've been doing with a little success. I think the Lions, on the other hand, are a team that suffering from the shock value of losing all the players they have, and they want to get back to playing the football they're capable of.
Lions not in good shape physically. Redskins, on the other hand, are very healthy, and we're ready now for the opening kickoff of this afternoon's game. Redskins won the toss of the coin, elected to receive. It'll be Benny Ricardo, number 1. The place-kicking specialist for the Detroit Lions doing his number. Hardeman is deep, along with Clarence Harmon. Buddy Hardeman at the 20, 30, up across the 30 to the 40-yard line. It was Ricardo who made the tackle. This guy's turned into quite a kick returner.
Well, a great start for the Redskins. Get good field position out to about the 41-yard line. This is what they like, and he has been. Every kick he's touched so far, he's almost broken it.
The Washington offensive lineup. Theismann, Riggins, and Benny Malone in the backfield. Thompson was in motion. John Riggins taking the handoff, and he is upended at the line of scrimmage by Dave Gallagher, number 71, the former New York Giant. Take a look now at the Detroit defense. There's the front four. Gallagher has replaced John Woodcock, who is out for the year with a back injury. 2 rookies among the linebacking crew, and the Detroit defensive secondary. Ken Ellis is the new face in there. Second down. Loss of a yard on the play. It's 11 needed for the Redskins. Theismann over the middle to Riggins at the 40, 45, and John Riggins has a first down at the Detroit Lions. 48-yard line. Hunter coming up from the secondary, number 28, to make the stop.
Good smart call, Frank. Watch John Riggins. He sits in there to block, and then he just a little check down pattern. Theismann very wisely. Everyone was covered, and he drops it off to John. John, good hard running, picks up the first down.
Hunter has been moved from the corner position to the free safety to this year to take advantage of his great speed. First and 10, Redskins from the 48-yard line. Washington coming out in that full house backfield and then sending Ricky Thompson in motion. This time Malone. Couple of yards at most to the 46. This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League. It's intended for the private use of our audience, and any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Detroit Lions and the National Football League is prohibited. Second down, 9 for the Redskins with the ball at the 47-yard line of Detroit.
Well, I'm sure Washington would like to get on the board in a hurry, get ahead of the Lions, and force them to put the ball up.
Both wide receivers to the left side. Theismann handing to Malone. He's at the 45, and Benny is down to the 43-yard line. Before he's dropped by the Lions, Ken Ellis, number 48.
It's safe call. Came back to the same call. They ran the play before that, Frank.
Third down and 4 needed for the first down. Redskins have the ball at the 43-yard line of Detroit. Opening moments of the ball game. 5th defensive back comes into the lineup for the Detroit Lions. Theismann, good protection. Now he's in trouble. English has a shot at him. Theismann at the 50 to the 45 and run out of bounds. Short of the first down at the 43-yard line. John Brooks, number 53, rookie linebacker, finally ran him out of bounds.
I was kind of surprised that Joe rolled out to his left that time. A little sprint out type pass, but he sprinted to the man that gave him a lot of trouble last year, And of course, that's Al Baker over there. Looks like he would be sprinting away from his side.
So punting situation for Detroit. Leonard Thompson, number 39, is back deep, along with Ken Callicutt, number 31. Mike Bragg to do the punting for the Redskins, standing on his own 42, angling for the near side coffin corner. And Callicutt watching it sail over his head and out of bounds. Looks like inside the 10. Let's see where they mark it. They're very close to it. I believe they'll mark it at the 8-yard line. A 34-yard boot, but it's where he kicked it that counts. So the Lions take over offensively for the first time. This is the way their offensive line shapes up. Keith Dorney, the number 1 draft pick, right tackle out of Penn State. The receivers, Gene Washington, the veteran, getting a start in place of Luther Blue, who is benched. And at fullback, Bo Robinson, a rookie, replaces Horace King. Jeff Comlow out of Delaware. And I imagine he's going to be sticking pretty much on the ground today, as much as he can, as Dexter Bussey carried out to the 14-yard line. Let's take a look at the Redskins defense right now. Here's the front four, little change there.
Yes, they got Lort starting in place of Joe Jones, expecting the Lions to run the ball a lot, along with Butts Talbert and Coy Bacon. Dusick, Hover, and Malott, 2 rookie linebackers also there. Very good secondary with Mark Murphy coming in and taking the place of Jake Scott.
Each team starting 2 rookie linebackers. Second down 4. Lions from their 14-yard line. Dusty trying to go over the top that time. Stopped short of the first down at the 19-yard line. Take a look at it.
Watch this, right over the top. He was trying to get all he could out of the play. Dexter Bussey going up. Don Hover in on the play, along with Brad Dusick, getting a lot of help. Also, Carl Lorch coming in there making a play. The first 2 plays the Lions have run, Frank, have been at Rich Malott and Don Hover.
He got just enough for the first down. Officials spot the ball at the Detroit 19-yard line. Comlow, we mentioned on the pregame show, went to high school in the Washington area. Bo Robinson, rookie running back out of West Texas State. And one of their top draft picks, carries to the 26 for a pickup of 7. Hover and Murphy making the stop.
This is a change also. Bo Robinson getting a start from West Texas State, coming in for Horace King, who's been the fullback. I think they want a little bigger back in there. Robinson at going about 225 gives them a little more strength.
He broke a lot of the West Texas State rushing records held by Dwayne Thomas and Mercury Morris and Rocky Thompson. And I think with excellent credentials. Second and 3. Bussey trying to pick his way around the 30. He does. And the Lions, as I recall, ran well, the Redskins, last year.
They did, and last week, and I was thinking just when they started back on their 8-yard line, that this wasn't the type of place that Monty Clark wanted this young quarterback, Jeff Comlow, to start in. But he has 2 first downs and has yet to put the ball up. They did run well last year against the Redskins, and it looks like that's exactly what they want to do today.
Monty Clark is shuttling Leonard Thompson and Gene Washington with the plays from the bench. First and 10, Lions at their 29. Still sticking on the ground. It is Dexter Bussey to the 31, pickup of 2 that time, jammed up by the middle of the Redskins defensive line. It'll be second down 8. Oklowitz, who's in the ball game, made the stop.
Yeah, they made a little change. They've gone to their 34 defense. They expected to see some of this if Washington if the Lions just wanted to run, and they put Oklowitz and Hover in the middle, and they got Malott and Dusick on the outside.
Thompson wide to the right side. Scott in the slot. The handoff. Robinson tries the left side and pulls his way up to the 34. That'll set a third down. That's still 6 needed for the first down, so he may go to the air.
Kind of a historic pass coming up here. Looks like it's a situation you got 3rd and about 6 to go, and this young man's could be his first throw in professional football in a league game.
Third down.
You think he'll put it up?
I think he'll put it up, don't you? You got to sooner or later, don't you?
You got to.
There's Monty Clark, former All-Pro lineman with the Cleveland Browns. Don Shula's right-hand man at Miami, and of course head coach at San Francisco. Quick pass to David Hill, the tight end. First down, Lions at the 46. Mark Murphy, number 29, making the stop. David Hill, their Pro Bowl tight end, one of the more underrated tight ends in the game.
Boy, good safe pass and a good read by Jeff Comlow. Redskins going inside and outside on Hill. You see the first man to hit him was Mark Murphy. The middle linebacker had gone weak, and very wisely, he just took the little looky pass. Smart play.
12-yard pickup on the play, and a Lion first down at the 46. Dexter Bussey across the 50, 45. Murphy from behind at the 35-yard line. First down, Detroit. They're rolling.
Boy, he really gets a block out of number 36, Bo Robinson right here. Bussey follows him well. You see if he just missed him. He made the block there. He gets outside. Murphy has to chase him down from behind.
Obviously, the Lions saw that Houston had little difficulty running against the Redskins last week. They're doing the same thing. That was good for 20. First down. 34-yard line of the Redskins. Rick Kane, number 32, is coming in running back. That's Kane to the 30, to the 25, and down to the 24. Hard-running veteran. Oklowicz making the stop at the 24-yard line. That'll be very close to another first down.
Just remember where this drive started, back on their own 8-yard line, and they're down to the 24-yard line right now. Very impressive drive.
Referee Gene Barth and his crew handling the ball game this afternoon here at the Silverdome. Just one pass so far by the rookie quarterback. They've moved it on the ground against the Redskins. Second down, less than a yard. Ball is at the 24 of Washington. Straight handoff and a big hole up the middle. Bo Robinson, the fullback, picks up the first down at the 16-yard line. They're tearing big holes in that defensive line.
That offensive line of the Lions is doing an excellent job coming off the ball. They're running at will right now. And the Redskins have given them a couple of different looks. They went to the 34 to try to confuse them a little bit. That didn't seem to work, and they've gone back to their four-man rush now. But they're just coming off the ball doing a job. Nothing fancy.
Gene Washington wide to the left side. Scott in the slot inside of him. I think there's his first rookie mistake. Well, the preliminary indication we got is illegal motion against the Lions. I thought maybe the 32nd ran down on him.
Well, both teams last week, Frank, beat themselves with mistakes in the game. The Lions made all their mistakes very early. The Redskins made some late in the game.
Illegal motion is the call against the Lions. It costs them 5, so move it back to the 21-yard line. We'll see if we can pick that up for you.
See if that right guard moves. Watch the man. Looks like the fullback flinches a little bit.
Back to live action. First down 15 from the Redskin 21-yard line. Dexter Bussey throws his body into the middle. Takes it inside the 20 down to the 18-yard line. Dave Butts, number 65. On the bottom of the pile for the Redskins, who are in white. In case you're wondering, behind Comlow at quarterback, the Lions have Scott Hunter, who they got 2 weeks ago from Atlanta on waivers, and Jerry Goldstein, the former New York Giant quarterback they picked up just this week. Second and 12. Detroit at the Redskin 18. No score early in the game. Comlow looking for 6. Intended for Gene Washington and knocked down by Joe Lavender, number 20.
Well, that was almost picked off, too. He was very late throwing the football in. Could have been picked off, and he had open field in front of him.
Third down.
You might wonder, and Redskin fans might wonder, why the Lions wouldn't be interested in your friend Mr. Kilmer in the situation that they're in.
I don't think Billy was contacted. I'm not sure that he wanted to play or not.
Third down 12. Redskins dig it in, trying to hold the lines. Again to Hill over the middle, but not enough for the first down. Tackled at the 12 by Mark Murphy. And that, of course, sets up a field goal situation for Benny Ricardo, who was third in scoring in the league last year. Fine hand for the Lions offense and the young quarterback, Tomlo particularly. We have less than a capacity crowd here. This place holds about 80,000, and they're expecting about 60. The punter, Swider, is the holder, and here's Ricardo from the 17, which will make it a 27-yard try. It's good. Lions are first on the scoreboard with 4 minutes and 17 seconds left to play in the opening period. It's Detroit 3, Washington nothing.
Sorry. I said we are not interested in that proposal.
The meeting is next Thursday, Bill.
60 long tons on September. Fredericks, are you listening to me?
If there's one thing you should remember about this deal...
Not knowing how to listen has cost American business billions of dollars. Well, as one of the world's major corporations, we at Sperry are doing something about it. We've set up extensive listening programs that Sperry employees worldwide can take part in. And when you do business with Sperry Univac or any of our other divisions, you're going to discover that Sperry listens like no one you've ever done business with.
80,000! I said 8,000! No!
Sperry, we understand how important it is to listen.
Ricardo getting ready to kick off. It's a pretty impressive drive, Sonny.
It was. They moved the ball on the ground well. I think one of the reasons, Frank, is because Redskins are using very basic defenses to try to help their young linebackers.
Lions used up almost 8 minutes on the clock in that drive. 4:17 left in the opening period as Ricardo kicks off. This one coming down to the Redskins short man, Harris. Tripped up as he crossed the 20-yard line. Tonight on CBS, another hard-hitting edition of 60 Minutes. After the U.S. Open tennis action, then Archie and Edith Bunker keep the comedy coming on All in the Family. And be sure and join Bonnie Franklin for One Day at a Time. And you'll see why when you're looking at CBS, you're looking good.
Looking good, huh?
You like that slogan?
I do.
I didn't make it up. Somebody else beat me to it. 1st and 10, Redskins at their own 21-yard line. Second offensive possession of the afternoon, and Theismann hands it to Riggins, and there's not much there. John Brooks, number 53, making the stop for the Detroit Lions. I saw you before the game saying hi to all the walking wounded of the Lions out there, saying, how's your back, how's your knee, how's your leg?
Well, I tell you, you could really do it because Garrett Danielson and Woodcock and Sladany and Walt Williams is out. But they have really been decimated by a number of injuries. 2nd and 8. Washington at its own 22-yard line. Ricky Thompson in motion. Theismann hands to Riggins. Sweeps the left side. Drags a couple of tacklers across the 25 up to the 27-yard line. It'll be 3rd down. They need 3 for the first. Got a first quarter score here. New Orleans leading Green Bay 3-0. And I don't believe it's Tony Galbraith kicked a field goal.
Erxleben has a bad leg.
He's out, so they're letting
He's
Galbraith
out.
kick field goals.
They're letting Galbraith kick field goals today.
Erxleben may not get his job back.
He
huh?
may not. 3rd down. Redskins need a little less than 3 for the first down. Ball is at their 27-yard line. Washington has picked up 1 first down in the game so far. Harmon. That should be good for the first at the 32-yard line. He runs nice.
That's a young man that every time he comes into the game, he really makes things happen. You see, it's kind of a little delayed handoff, kind of a crossing draw pattern. He comes across, good block on Cole. He ducks in, enough for the first down.
They call the front 4 of the Detroit Lions the Silver Rush. Now, they were second last year in sacks in the NFL to the Dallas Cowboys. At 55, led by the fantastic rookie defensive end, Al Baker. There's Theismann pitching to Malone. across the 35 to the 37. Gallagher, number 71, making the stop. Hey, with all the injuries they've had, John Woodcock, as we said, is a regular defensive tackle. He hurt his back, had to have an operation in preseason, so they brought in Cleveland Elam, pretty good ball player from San Francisco, so he breaks his hand. So now he's out. They got one backup defensive lineman, and he's a former tight end, played tight end last year.
William Gay. He's 6'4", 240, and they moved him over there because they just needed somebody. So he's doing a pretty good job.
And he was Bill Gay when he was a tight end. Now he's William as a defender. Riggins. Stopped by the Lions at about the line of scrimmage. Jones, number 46, making the stop. Jets in New England are in the first period of their ball game. New England.
Yeah, New England's up ahead of them 7-0 now. First quarter score. 49-yard pass. Harold Jackson. Giants are leading the Cardinals. How about that? First quarter score, 7-0.
Third down. Again, the Redskins need 3 for the first down with the ball at their 39. They trail 3-0 late in the first period. Joe Theismann. Good protection. Joe's going to run for it, and he's got the first down and some change as he goes out of bounds at the Washington 47-yard line.
Well, he's got great quickness. He didn't see anybody open, and that's 2 times he's been back to throw the football down the field, and both times elected to run with the thing.
Does he have a tendency, you think, to take off perhaps sooner than he should?
I think they've tried to work on Joe with that. He has tried to work on it himself to stay in the pocket, hang in there as long as he can, try to read the pattern and throw the football. He does like to run. He has the ability to run with it.
First and 10. Redskins at their 47. We're in the final minute of play in the opening period here at the Silverdome in Pontiac, Michigan. Theismann. Well, I'll tell you one thing. He had a cinch reception there to Danny Buggs if Charlie Weaver, number 59, wouldn't have got his hands on the football. CBS Sports Spectacular starts a new season next Saturday. Lineup of some of the events you'll see. Howard Davis against Termite Watkins. Fine boxing match from Houston. The Italian Grand Prix and the U.S. Amateur Roller Skating Championships from Fort Worth. I know you're a big roller skating fan.
Oh, yes. Where are they skating to? Oklahoma?
I don't know where they're going. Understand you skate up and down Virginia.
Oh, yeah. Huh? You have to. That's a big thing in Washington.
That's very big. Second and 10. Redskins at their 47. Riggins up the middle. Crosses the 50 to the 48-yard line of the Detroit Lions.
Some good blocking at the point of attack. Watch Bob Cazillo coming off. Good block on Doug English by Ron Saul. You see Weaver, the linebacker, coming over. First man to make contact. Terry Hermeling couldn't quite cut him off.
Riggins coming off a year where he gained 1,014 yards. Third down. Long 5 needed for the first down. Crowd comes alive here in the Silverdome. Redskins at the 48-yard line of Detroit. Blitz is on. Theismann gets it away. Completes it for the first down to Fugit at the 38-yard line.
Boy, he made a real good throw there. Strong throw. Little turn-in pattern. This is what Theismann's really been working hard on. He hangs in there. You see the rush by English. He steps right in and throws the ball under pressure and hits Fugit on a turn-in.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score. The Detroit Lions 3, the Washington Redskins 0.
It's official. Ford's answer to rebates, the largest incentives ever available to its dealers. The biggest clearance offer in Ford history just got bigger. See your Ford dealer and discover how many hundreds of dollars you can save on new trimmer LTDs, Mustang pace car replicas, elegant Thunderbirds, tough V8 pickups, vans, Broncos, Rancheros. Compare the total Ford deal with any other. You may well find it's the best value overall.
It's my best motor oil, Sunoco Special. Heck, you can take this 10W40 grade, do a lot of hard driving, and it'll stay at 40 grade. Now that's an oil you can count on.
I can be very friendly, yes I can. Catch you with kindness, that's my plan. Give you every courtesy, that's what friendly is to me. I can be very friendly, very friendly.
Yes, I can.
New this fall, catch California Fever, when every day is sun and fun and every night is something else. Jimmy McNichol and Mark McClure star in California Fever.
Mike Lieber with Sonny Jurgensen at the Pontiac Silverdome. Redskins on the move as we start the second period. They have a first down at the Detroit Lions 38-yard line. Joe Theismann at the throttle. Benny Malone picking his way across the line of scrimmage inside the 35 out of the 32. Eddie Cole, number 50, makes the stop for Detroit.
What about this score? The St. Louis Cardinals are now behind the New York Giants 14-0. Giants got an interception for their second touchdown, 31-yard interception by Ernie Jones. And New England's leading the Jets 14-0. Pittsburgh 7, Houston 0.
That's a big game. Second down, 5. Redskins from the 33 of the Lions. Harmon looked like that time he might have had better luck had he gone outside.
Looked like he started outside. Charlie Weaver took a real outside move there to force him back in. See Theismann back, just a direct handoff. You'll see Weaver shoot it. Number 59 was Weaver, shot outside to force the play back to the inside to the pursuit.
Third down, less than a yard. Very close for the first down for the Redskins at the Detroit 28-yard line. Washington trailing by a score of 3-0. Redskins with 2 tight ends in there. Warren is in there now to John Fugit. Riggins gets the call and gets the first down and a lot more as he carries to the 15-yard line. A pickup of 13 on the play. Eddie Cole, number 50, makes the stop.
Well, John Riggins had the presence this time, trying to go for the first down, but he saw some daylight and cuts back on the play. Beats a tackle there, picks up more than the first down, takes the ball down to about the 15-yard line.
So the Redskins marching. The nose of the ball spotted just out the side the 16. Ricky Thompson to the left side. Bugs to the right. Riggins again on the carry, and Riggins reaches the 10. Puts him over the 30-yard mark, rushing for the afternoon. He lost a shoe in the process.
He did the same thing he did on the other play. Good piece of cutback running. The offensive line sustaining their block, staying on their feet, running through the people allows him to cut back, even though the play was designed to go outside.
Second down, 4 needed for the first down. That's a first period score. Steelers over the Oilers.
Randy Thornton just on a little short run, 1 yard for the touchdown.
A lot of moving around by that Detroit defense. Malone juked to the inside, tried to take it out, got a couple of yards to the 8. Doug Jones, number 46, on the stop for the Lions.
He made a good play then, playing off his block, trying to turn Malone back inside to make the play then.
Theismann didn't throw it much last week against the Oilers, passed only 14 times. Picked up
3. 2 of them were good for touchdowns, though. They picked their spots. They really didn't have the ball a lot. Something, a little mix-up on the play that came in because Theismann called timeout.
So he'll go over and talk about it with head coach Jack Pardee. We have 12:03 left in the first half. Lions lead it 3-0.
30 years ago, on a hot summer's day, your father taught you how to dig for clams. Now that it's a job, the sun seems hotter and the day longer, but the clams taste just as sweet. And now comes Miller time. Time to head for the best tasting beer you can find. America's quality beer, Miller High Life.
If you've got the time, we've got the beer, Miller Beer.
Ever since American Airlines flew the first passenger jet across this country, we've been bringing people closer together. And now, with the Super Saver fares we pioneered, you can save 40 or 50% all over American's America. From Albany to Albuquerque, from Nashville to Knoxville, from sea to shining sea.
We're American Airlines, going from rain to west.
As we head back to action, it'll be 3rd down and 3 for the Redskins at the 8-yard line. of the Detroit Lions. Redskins trailing 3-0. Lion defense digging in. Theismann back to throw it. Protection is good. He's got a touchdown. Fine strike to Ricky Thompson.
Well, what a catch he made, and a great throw by Joe Theismann. Watch this. He goes back, gets good protection here. Thompson runs it out and comes back around the defender and makes a diving catch. He hit circle the defender then, came all the way around him to make the catch.
So the Redskins capture the lead 6-3, and Mosley on to try the extra point. Theismann will hold.
Whatever he found out during the timeout certainly was the right play, wasn't it?
Absolutely. It's good.
Kick is good.
11:57 now left to play in the first half. Fine drive by the Washington Redskins, who lead the Lions now 7-3.
Radio Shack has slashed the price on one of our top-of-the-line stereo systems. Right now, save $310 on this impressive realistic hi-fi. You get this quality AM/FM stereo receiver, a pair of realistic tower speakers, and this precision belt drive turntable, all for only $579. A great entertainment bargain and a beautiful addition to your home. The sale-priced realistic stereo system, just $579, only at Radio Shack, a Tandy company.
This baby's been from Maine to Malibu, but I don't let her go nowhere without the treatment.
This is no car, this is a legend. And you better believe I give her the treatment.
STP oil treatment. Since 1964, over 500 million cans have been sold. No other brand even comes close. So do what millions do. Give your car the treatment from STP.
This sweetheart gets a treat, and this sweetheart gets the treatment.
Following the game, CBS Sports presents live coverage of the finals of the U.S. Open Tennis Championships. You'll say you saw it on CBS Sports.
A unique football tennis doubleheader on CBS this afternoon with the finals of the U.S. Open Tennis Championships from Flushing Meadow coming up next.
Boy, that's going to be some final.
Got an all-New York final on the men's side. Geraldinus and McEnroe, and of course, Chris Evert-Lloyd against Tracy Austin. On the women's side, Calicut lets this one sail over his head and on out of the end zone for the touchback. So the Lions will put it in play at the 20-yard line.
Kind of an unusual kick for Mark Mosley. He usually gets a great deal of height on the ball and tries to get it real high so his people can get down in coverage. That time he hit the ball a little high and drove it over the goalpost. Almost to the goalpost anyway.
Redskins, as you saw, fine 80-yard touchdown drive using the pass very sparingly, running Malone and Riggins. And now lead it 7-3. Jeff Comlow, the 10th quarterback selected in the draft this year and the only rookie to do any passing in the opening games last weekend. He came on in relief from Tampa Bay. Didn't have that much success. Robinson trying to fight off some tacklers, gets a couple of yards. Carl Lorch, number 71. On the stop for the Redskins. Helping out was Brad Dusek, number 59.
And Dusek and Lorch really played that well. They stayed away from their blocks. Carl Lorch is going against a young man they're really high on, and that's Keith Dorney from Penn State. Excellent offensive lineman. They say he's got such great potential. They're real high on him. That was their top draft choice.
He may have been the top offensive line prospect to come out of the draft. 2nd and 7, Dexter Bussey. Caught as he tried to turn the corner there by Oklowitz.
In the first period, Buffalo with a field goal 18-yarder by Tom Dempsey leads Cincinnati 3-0.
Oklowitz, of course, a Maryland boy. We mentioned that the Detroit quarterback, Comlow, went to school at Delaware, grew up in the Washington area, went to DeMatha High School, and very much wanted to go to Maryland, but they weren't recruiting quarterbacks that year, apparently. So went on, did very well at Delaware. There's a fumble, and the Redskins have it. Lorch fell on the ball at the 23-yard line. Quick turnover.
A bad exchange. You can see it right here. Take a look. It's hard to tell whether Comlow pulled out too soon But he didn't make the exchange with Larry Terry. Well, I'll tell you one thing, Carl Lorch was alert because he's right down on the football.
A big break for the Redskins, who have a first down at the 23-yard line of the Detroit Lions. Theismann sending Bugs wide to the right side. He's got Ricky Thompson flank to the left. Just one running back, that's Riggins. And it's Riggins who gets the call. Big hole, 20, 15, 10, and out of bounds at the 6-yard line. Boy, did that open up for him.
I think the little different set surprised Detroit with only one running back. They went into a double wing set. And you see Riggins finds a lot of daylight outside. Finally pushed out of bounds by James Hunter.
Riggins off to a pretty good afternoon running the football. First and goal to go. Redskins at the 6-yard line. Thompson wide right. Bugs is split to the left. Malone in the slot left this time. Another double wing setup, and this time they're ready for Riggins. Riggins is stopped standing up for a loss in the play. Good defensive charge by Charlie Weaver, number 59, the veteran linebacker of the Lions.
Obviously, they made an adjustment because this is the same play the Redskins had run to the right side, but they're running it this way against a veteran linebacker instead of John Brooks, the rookie linebacker from Clemson.
They say his progress was halted at the 10-yard line, so it'll be a loss of 4. Second and goal to go, Redskins from the Lion 10.
Boy, this is where they like to go to Gene Fugit. He smells that goal line when he gets close.
They've got Buddy Hardiman in the backfield now, along with Harmon. Theismann over the middle and misses a wide open Gene Fugit. Just as you mentioned, he was there.
He was wide open. It was a mistake in the coverage. Eddie Cole, you can see the strong safety. Doug Jones talking to his middle linebacker. Take a look at this. Fugit is wide open. Nobody around him. Cole did not move. Gets a hand up. Could have just taken a little bit off of that, laid it in front of him. Easy touchdown. Joe would like to have that one back.
Well, I guess so. Third down, goal to go. Warren has come in at tight end, replacing Fugit. Bugs wide to the right side. Thompson set in the slot inside of it. Third and goal from the 10. Lions faking the blitz on Theismann. Let's see if he checks off. He's back to throw. Here they come. He lost the ball. The Lions pick it up. However, it'll be whistled dead. The play will be whistled dead back where the recovery was made at the 20-yard line. James Hunter, number 28. And that draws a lot of boos.
Big break for the Skins. Big break for the Skins and not losing that football then. And the people in Detroit don't like it.
They marked the ball at the 18-yard line, and that is a huge break.
Boy, it certainly was.
Mosley.
A touchdown and almost going the other way for a touchdown.
Theismann will hold. This will be a 35-yard field goal attempt for Mosley. It's done. So the Redskins get 3 points out of it. They lead Detroit 10-3 with 9:26 left in the half.
If we could take you through the plant to show you what is new and let you see what's going on and watch the things we do. If you could see the cars and trucks we're working on for you, you'd say incredible. Ford, that's incredible.
If you knew how much money we're spending every day for factories and people to help us find the way.
If you could see tomorrow the way it looks to us today, you'd say incredible. Ford, that's incredible. Ford, that's incredible.
Introducing the incredible Ford Factory Tour. Come and see the things we're doing to rethink, redesign, reshape the automobile. Incredible things to produce a new generation of more fuel-efficient cars and trucks.
If you could see tomorrow.
How'd you like the tour?
Incredible! Say incredible! Ford, that's incredible.
To take the incredible Ford factory tour, write us for information.
Mosley getting ready to kick off. Let's talk about that Theismann play a little bit. That could have been a case where the officials ruled that Theismann was in the grasp of the opposition and the play had been whistled dead before he fumbled. That's the only thing we can figure out. Otherwise, you figure Detroit would have gotten the football. Not much question about that. Kickoff is taken by Robinson, and Bo Robinson carries it back to the 28-yard line. Tomorrow night on CBS starts your evening of comedy with How Bugs Bunny Won the West. Then a classic song becomes a delightful show on Puff the Magic Dragon, MASH, and WKRP in Cincinnati. And then, of course, Lou Grant. Great night of television viewing tomorrow night on CBS. Being the big Bugs Bunny fan that you are, I know you'll be in front of your set.
Hey, that's a good lineup.
Officials mark it at the 27. First and 10. Dexter Bussey in motion. Comlo hands to Robinson, who plows his way forward to the 30-yard line. I mean, what else could that play have been? What else? I can't think of any other call they could have made. Can you?
I think that is the call. The new rule this year is that when the quarterback is in the grasp of the defensive rushman, they're not going to allow them to throw the quarterback down. And they're going to blow the whistle, and it was a quick whistle, and it was a big break for the Redskins. Sometimes that hampers somebody with the running ability of a Theismann.
Comlo is 2 out of 3 throwing the ball for 20 yards. Second down 7. Bussey, nice hole over the right side, and he jets out beyond the 35 to the 36. Don Hober, number 58, made the stop.
Take a look at this. This is good running. You see that lineman, they're going back to the 34 defense. You see Hover trying to make the play there. Okowitz coming over on the play along with Dusek. 3 linebackers in on that play.
Are they figuring on playing Okowitz as much as they have?
They're very high on that man. Look at this. Minnesota leading the Bears 7-0.
That is a second period score. We have a 3rd and 1. Lions at their 36. They trail by a score of 10-3 here in the second quarter. Robinson plowing forward. Very close for the first down at the 37-yard line. This may be close enough for measurement.
I think he came up a little short. Looked like he came up short, didn't he? According where they mark it.
He may have. Two teams in the throes of change. The Lions and the Redskins. Redskins with 7 rookies on their club this year. When's the last time you remember Washington having 7 rookies?
Never met 7 rookies in Washington.
Maybe in the years combined.
Boy, they just got it. You see that measurement just by the point of the football. Looked like they came up short. Good marking for the Lions there. Keep their drive alive. I think the Redskins realize now that the Lions are content just to run this football, not try to make too many mistakes. They're going to run the football at them.
Well, what would you do under the circumstances?
Exactly the same. You don't want to put a lot of pressure on this young quarterback.
First and 10, Detroit at its 37-yard line. That's the tight end, David Hill, in motion. Nice fake by the rookie Comlo. Gets it downfield, wide open. On the far sideline is Freddie Scott, number 87.
And talking with Bob Stepler, he said, we're going to try to keep everything simple to begin with, but if we fall behind, we're not going to be afraid to put it up. They have a lot of confidence in this young man. Yes, they say he's still a kid, he's still learning. He makes a good throw, throws the ball on time here. Good pass, good completion, another first down.
17 yards on the first down for the Lions at the Redskin 46.
Oh, a little play design here.
Little X's and O's on the Detroit Lions bench. Not a stunning by the Redskins. That time they send Scott in motion over the middle and incomplete. That was intended for Leonard Thompson, number 39. Joe Lavender separated him from the football.
Difficult pass to throw, real difficult pass to throw. Faking that ball to the left and then coming up and throwing the slant pattern. He had it out in front of him a little bit.
And Lions haven't beaten the Redskins since 1965.
You had to bring that up, didn't you?
I couldn't recall who would be quarterbacking the Redskins in 1965.
I think
must have been Sammy Baugh.
The only people open that day was their secondary, because I threw to them 4 times.
2nd and 10. Bussey, individual effort, takes it down to the 43-yard line. Pick up a 4, 2nd and 6.
Watch this. It looks like he was going to stop. Let's watch the play. Talbot going out into his block, overfilling the hole. Takes on the blocker pretty good. Who's coming to Rich Malott coming in there, making the tackle. Both of those young linebackers made fine plays in.
3rd down, 6. Lions at the 42-yard line of the Washington Redskins. Both clubs looking for their first victory of the young NFL season. Comlo, big rush. He's going long for David Hill. Hill with the catch. First down at the 1-yard line. However, there's a flag on the play. Penalty marker at the line of scrimmage. And it's going to be called back. Holding against the Lions.
And David Hill doesn't realize it yet. He doesn't realize there's a penalty on the play. They're celebrating in the end zone. And they're going to have to line up back in their own territory and do it again.
I would imagine. Now he knows.
Now he knows. He hurt his thumb, it looks like, on that play. What a great catch. And a great throw by Mr. Comlo, huh?
Not bad.
He had it right on the money.
Not bad at all.
Another break for the Redskins.
Well, that's 2-0 in the way of breaks.
Ooh, that was a biggie.
With the injuries they've had, particularly at the quarterback position, Danielson and all, the loss to Tampa Bay, it would be hard not to be demoralized.
Well, I think that Monty Clark told me down on the field that they're over the shock of losing all those players, and they just have to get to the business of playing up to their capabilities.
3rd and 16. Pumps it once and pumps it twice, and it is ruled an incompleted pass. Second time he pumped it, he tried to hang on and couldn't do it. That's kind of embarrassing.
Tried to and lost it. Hey, he pulled it down. He didn't throw it for grabs. Good pressure that time.
6 minutes, 24 seconds left to play in the first half.
This will be the first time that Larry Swider's gone into punt.
Obviously had an outstanding week against Tampa Bay. That's the only bright spot they had last week, was the way he kicked the football. Hardiman is deep, and he leads the NFL in punt returns. Swider, beautiful high punt. Hardiman's going to let this one land on the fly in the end zone. 52 yards on the kick. That won't hurt Mr. Swider's average. That's one area they're not hurting, despite the loss of Tom Splanady, one of the top punters in the league last year. Timeout. Redskins leading 10-3.
Honey, is this homeowner's insurance high?
I don't know. Think it's too much?
How would I know?
Compare with Allstate.
Compare?
Bring in your policy and compare rates. If you have a good deal, we'll tell you. But for many, chances are we've got a better deal.
We've got a better deal.
Allstate might save you some money, but you'll never know until you bring in your policy and compare.
Oh, that's a good deal.
When you want to save on homeowners insurance, Allstate wants to help.
That's a promise from us, the good hands people.
To drive through dirt and dust, good filters are a must. You can trust AC.
Thanks, AC.
Trust those filters by AC.
Sure glad I installed new AC air and oil filters before we get into this mess.
I bet AC helps protect those babies too, huh, Dad?
If they're smart.
George!
Oh!
So when you gotta go, we're the name to know. You can trust AC.
Thanks, AC.
Trust those filters by AC.
Thanks, AC.
Trust those filters by AC.
Here's a look at some of the Lion fans, around 60,000 in attendance. Of course, they're going to be playing the Super Bowl here, you know, in 1982. Isn't it going to be fun coming up to Pontiac in January?
1982. Can you imagine the people trying to get in and out of here if they have a snowstorm or something? Blizzard. Where it's a great facility.
Beautiful place, no question about that. 1st and 10, Redskins at their 20 following the touchback. Theismann giving to Riggins. And John doing what he does best. Straight up the middle of the 22-yard line. Charlie Weaver. Veteran linebackers had a good afternoon so far. Number 59 making the stop. Theismann is 3 out of 5 for 30 yards. Riggins has now run 8 times for a total of 42 yards. When his youngster was born, I understand he gave everybody ears of corn instead of cigars. Is that right?
He's a good guy.
Kansas product, quite obviously. Second down 8. Theismann under pressure. Got rid of it to Riggins at the 25, and Riggins very close for the first down. Had to reach the 30-yard line, and that's the stripe right there. He's across it.
This is an indication of the maturity of Joe Theismann. A little rollout to the left, not finding anybody. I think Joe may have taken off last year. A lot of pressure right around him. He dumps the ball, takes a little check down to Riggins.
Pressure particularly from Doug English.
Oh, boy, a good choice of getting rid of the ball, saving the play right then instead of taking off and running with it. Up for a first down.
First and 10, Redskins at their 30-yard line. They lead it 10-3 here in the second period. Hardiman cutting back inside and picking up good yardage out to the 38. Pickup of 8 on that play, second and 2. This is a young man, of course, who played in Canada for a couple of years. And when the Redskins cut loose Tony Green, they felt they had an adequate kick returner, and so far that's proved to be a pretty good decision.
Boy, he's really returned kicks well for him. Minnesota leading the Bears 7-0. Tommy Kramer ran one in them this game. A little short run. Shows you the value of having that running quarterback, doesn't it?
Second and a long 2 for the Redskins, and they give it to Riggins. He gets 1. It'll be third down and 1 yard needed for the first down. Al Baker, number 60. The all-pro defensive end of the Detroit Lions making the stop. Baker was just a number 2 draft pick last year, but he turned into be a demon defensive lineman.
Bears just got a field goal. Vikings leading 7-3 in that game. New England's really putting it to the Jets, 21-3 in the second quarter.
Our score, the Redskins 10, the Lions 3, 3.5 minutes left to go. First half. Third down and a yard. Redskins at their 39. Harmon. Got it. First down, Washington at the 41.
Washington has spent a lot of time working on short yardage plays. They did in training camp. Wanted to keep their drives going, trying to be more successful on third and short situations. You can see where it's paid off. This is a type of reward we were talking about before the game, Frank, where it's success. You know, you get some little reward for all that hard work you've been doing.
8 new starters on this Redskin team. Only 28 players left from their roster, which opened last September. Hardiman wants to throw it. Gets it away. He's got Ricky Thompson. First down at the 29-yard line of the Detroit Lions. I didn't know he could throw, huh? He returns kicks, he runs, he throws.
He's doing a little bit of everything, and what a good throw he made. He got an awful lot on the ball, running with the ball. Watch this. A pitch back to Hardiman. Puts it under his arm like he then takes it up to throw, but look at the accurate throw that he makes.
Ricky Thompson, who has scored 1 touchdown for the Redskins, the only touchdown of the ball game, pulls that in for a 30-yard gain. And the Redskins have a first down at the line 28.
Not a bad percentage. Checking those scores, the Giants, St. Louis came back and got on the board. Cincinnati over Buffalo.
Theismann, lot of protection, has all day and has his man wide open. Warren is down at the 10. He's at the 5-yard line. And that will draw a few boos from the Detroit Lion fans. Don Warren, the rookie tight end from San Diego State. You know, we were remarking earlier to Sonny what the odds are on one team in the NFL having 2 rookie tight ends. Same position from the same school, which the Redskins have in Warren and Phil DeBose.
But they also had another one in training camp. Bill Helms was in training camp, so they ended up in training camp with 3 tight ends from San Diego State.
2-minute warning coming up. First and goal to go. For the Washington
That's a
Redskins
two-minute
at the
warning.
Detroit Lions 5-yard line. Redskins seem to be in command right now. They lead it by a score of 10-3.
When you're a lifeguard, you practice all you can, because saving a few seconds may save a few lives. But now comes Miller time. Time to head for the best tasting beer you can find. America's quality beer, Miller High Life.
If you've got the time, we've got the beer.
These are the blueprints for an automotive revolution. This is the J.C. Penney shock absorber. Its unique patented metering pin adjusts the ride automatically while you drive. So you get the control of heavy-duty shocks when the going gets rough, and the ride of original equipment shocks when the road is smooth. And if it ever fails, return it. We'll replace it free for as long as you own your car. The J.C. Penney shock absorber. It's the last shock absorber your car will ever need.
Following the game, CBS Sports presents live coverage of the finals of the U.S. Open Tennis Championships. You'll say you saw it on CBS Sports.
CBS Sports Spectacular starting a brand new season. Big lightweight fight there. Howard Davis, who hasn't lost yet. And you all remember Maurice Termite Watkins. Redskins driving. First and goal to go from the 5-yard line. This started back at the 20 following the touchback on the Lion punt. Big hole, and it's walk-in time to the end zone for Benny Malone.
Benny Malone took that in for the touchdown.
I'm telling you, there was some fine blocking on this play. They just kind of move around to the right side. Take a look at it. Watch the block by Riggins. Jeff Williams pulling out. Don Warren, boy, there's a good block by him. And this, look at Riggins, straighten him up. Oh, he puts him on the back, knocks his helmet off. Malone goes in. Nobody, he could have gone 120 yards if he wanted to.
It was Hunter that Riggins blocked, and it is Hunter who is down on the field right now.
Well, Williams and Riggins really made a big hole there. Don Warren also on a fine block.
80 yards on the touchdown drive by the Redskins, and that makes it 16-3 with the extra point try to come. I'll tell you, Hunter's another guy that this club can't afford to lose. He's one of the key members of that secondary, and they already lost one member of the secondary in Walt Williams.
Jim Allen is banged up. They're going with a lot of different people. Doug Jones is having to play in there also. So another member of their secondary, another injury, as you said.
You just can't believe the number of players that the Lions have lost. Monty Clark can't believe it, can he? I mean,
well, he can't. Seems to be okay.
This was a team, second half of last season, the only club in the NFL that had a better record, in the NFC, I should say, that had a better record than the Lions was Dallas. They really came on strong. Remember, they killed Minnesota in that Saturday game and really came into this season with a lot of momentum with Danielson and quarterback, and then the injuries hit. Mosley with the extra point try. It is good. 1 minute, 55 seconds left to play in the first half, and the Redskins have now moved out to a 17-3 lead over the Lions here in Pontiac. We'll be back in a moment.
You dance on a river of wood, and the spinning shapes in the cold, dark water are your only bridge home. So you keep on dancing until the last log is in place and you can head for Miller time. Time for the best tasting beer you can find, Miller High Life.
When it's time to relax, we've got the beer, Miller beer. If you've got the time, we've got the beer.
Now Ford, the long-distance champ, has the longest range of any pickup in America and the best pickup MPG. With a standard 19-gallon tank plus optional tank, you've got a 39-gallon capacity, which gives it an estimated range with optional overdrive transmission of 709 miles based on EPA rating. The estimated highway range is 946 miles. 1/3 the length of America on one fill-up. Tough Ford pickups, the longest range of any pickup in America. Ford, the long-distance champ.
Mosley getting ready to kick off. I'll tell you, that touchdown play was just like you diagrammed it, right? Everybody gets their man, everybody just goes down. Redskins lead 17-3 with 1:55 to go, and everything's beautiful in Washington right now. And it is Glumsville here in Detroit as the Lions try to get on track. One thing they didn't want to do is get behind big early, and that's what's happened to them. Rick Kane at the 1-yard line, well, 1 yard deep in the end zone. Back to the...
Pulls him over backwards with a great forearm, knocks his helmet off. If you could teach people to block, it's hard to get people to go out and block. John Riggins, perfect example right there of how to do it.
Spoken like the great blocker that you always were.
Hey, I appreciate good blocking.
I imagine.
St. Louis has come back, tying up the Giants 14 all.
1st and 10, Lions at their 19-yard line. They trail 17-3. They're sticking on the ground, and fans don't like that. Horace King, number 25, normally their starting fullback, has come into the ball game. That's his first carry of the day. He was their leading rusher against Tampa Bay last week. Picked up 53 yards.
Yeah, but he fumbled a couple of times. I think that's what the little the boos were you heard.
Redskins going to call a timeout here with 1:37 left to play in the first half. Washington leading Detroit 17-3.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the toughest stealer of them all?
When it starts to rain, the Steelers start to bite and hold. Yeah, they do.
Uniroyal presents the Steeler Radio. It's built tough with 2 steel belts, and it's tough to beat when you look at its price.
You want to see a cowboy beat a Steeler?
The Uniroyal Steeler. You want a tough tire at a price that's fair? You want Uniroyal there.
One thing I'll never compromise on, my tools. I go for the best, like this, or these. Yeah, Levi's blue jeans are tools. They fit your body like a good hammer fits your hand, nice and comfortable. And this Levi's denim is as tough as nails, a real value for the buck. Tell you, I wouldn't wear anything less than Levi's blue jeans, but then I don't skimp on tools.
Barriers are the essence of sport. For some to go further, for others to go higher, for this vehicle to break the sound barrier. Ken Squire inviting you to join us for Project SOS, the speed of sound, on CBS next Saturday.
By the way, they did break the land speed record this morning at Bonneville Salt Flats, so you'll see that on CBS. Jack Pardee. Comlow over the middle. Tight end David Hill at the 35, looking for a block for the 40, out of bounds at the 42-yard line. 1st and 10.
The Redskins wanted to keep him on the field, keep him playing. That's why they call a timeout, hoping to force a turnover. Mr. Comlow goes back, finds Hill right down the middle. Little turn-in pattern. He picks up some blocking. Very smartly goes out of bounds. Run out of bounds by Lamar Parrish.
Redskins have 1 timeout left. The Lions have 2. 1st and 10. Detroit at its 42-yard line. Comlow again back to throw it. Going long for Thompson. It is intercepted. Lamar Parrish runs it out of bounds. Stops the clock at the 19-yard line. So Lamar gets the interception. The turnover goes to the Redskins. Their 2nd turnover this afternoon that they've benefited from. Timeout in Detroit. Back in 1 minute.
It's no secret that quality mechanics rely on quality parts. So when you see this sign in garages and service stations, you know the mechanics who work there care. Care enough about you to rely on Napa parts. Lots of Napa parts are better than your car's original parts. So for parts and service you can depend on, look for this Napa sign and the Napa mechanic. He cares.
Napa. We help keep America moving.
I can tell by the happy mood you're in, by that ever-widening grin. You look like you just heard from Dean Witter.
At Dean Witter.
Witter, your investment program is designed around you and no one else, so you can't help smiling when you hear from us.
You look like you just heard from Dean Witter. You look like...
The time left in the first half in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. Keep in mind the Redskins have one timeout left.
They got what they wanted, Frank. They got a turnover.
Malone gets a couple of yards to the 20-yard line. We were talking during the timeout. You said a lot of time left. With one timeout, they've got a lot of time. 80 yards to go.
I didn't understand the call there. They called timeout to get the Lions to turn the ball over, yet they come out and run the ball on first down instead of putting it up. And they're not going into the hurry-up offense because they're down under a minute now, and it looks like maybe they were just setting them up, trying to lull them to sleep a little bit, and now come out and throw the ball.
Second down, 8 needed for the first down. Redskins at their 20. Final minute of play in the first half. Washington leading 17-3. Nope. Malone pops through for the first down out to the 30-yard line, but that should do it for the half.
Yeah, they're in no hurry. I guess because they got the interception so backed up, they didn't figure they wanted to go the 80 yards for the touchdown. But with a timeout, you get a couple of passes out of bounds. You can certainly get in Mark Mosley field goal range easily.
They didn't want to risk the turnover themselves, though, which might enable Detroit to move up a bit closer.
Good point.
So the clock runs out here in the first half, and the boos from above descend upon the Detroit Lions. Misery's child this year. They've had all kinds of problems.
Well, they have, and in the first half, even though it's 17-3 right now, 2 big breaks for the Redskins. The fumble, the quick whistle that they got on Joe Theismann, where they picked it up and ran, and it would have been a touchdown. And the big pass, about the 60-yard pass to Dave Hill. You see Monty Clark, and he's going to be disappointed going in that tunnel into the locker room. What do I say now?
Well, he told you before the game, as you mentioned, that they were over the shock of losing all the players. He can say that, but I don't know about the players. He may be over it, but the players may not be. Anyway, that's the end of the first half here at the Silverdome in Pontiac, Michigan, with the score: the Redskins 17, the Lions 3.
Now, the best Zenith ever. System 3 is even better. Even better. The sharpest Zenith picture ever. Sharpest picture. An all-modular chassis designed to be the most reliable Zenith ever. Most reliable. And now, computer space command remote control. 105 channels. Zenith's most advanced. Most advanced. Zenith System 3. System 3. Now, even better.
A storm-damaged house, and a lady and her plants have a problem.
Everything will be all right. I hate lying to him, but I haven't got the money to fix this. And you know how long the insurance could take.
Not with Allstate. Allstate has more professional claims specialists than any other company to make sure your settlement is fair and fast.
I'll call your contractor.
That didn't take long.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
And that's a promise from us, the good hands people.
Great news for your home at Sears Super Homeowner Sale.
Super values on many items like these. 20-inch designer bathroom vanities with tops. Now $59.99 each. Save $25. Their matching wall cabinets are each $39.99. Save $10.
Get this versatile Sears Best 1-horsepower Craftsman sprayer compressor and save $140. Comes with spray gun, air hose, and air chuck.
Super savings right now at Sears.
Where America shops for value.
Lightning action in the ring, on the rink, and on the road. Next Saturday at 4:30 Eastern, the CBS Sports Spectacular takes you to Houston for the lightweight battle between Howard Davis and Termite Watkins. Then see top American skaters vie for top national honors as we take you to Fort Worth for the finals in the U.S. Roller Skating Championships. And finally to Monza, Italy, as the greatest Formula One drivers in the world go wheel to wheel in the Italian Grand Prix. A spectacular Saturday of sport. You'll say you saw it on CBS Sports.
Back in New York, I'm Brent Musburger with Jane and Irv. Some late developments. Dan Deerdorf, an offensive tackle for the St. Louis Cardinals, sprained a knee. He will undergo x-rays. He was injured in the first half of their game against the New York Giants. Joe Washington has not started for the Baltimore Colts this afternoon. Greg Landry is their quarterback. Let's take you around the league and check the scores because the Cardinals were behind, but Jane, they snap back now and are tied with the Giants at 14.
2 tying touchdowns for St. Louis, one on a 1-yard run by Theodis Brown, the other 30-yard fumble recovery by Mark Arneson.
Minnesota at Chicago, and it is 7-3 Vikes ahead.
And that's a 2-yard run by Minnesota quarterback Tommy Kramer. Chicago, a 34-yard field goal by Bob Thomas.
But the Bears have just scored 9-7. They set up to kick the extra point. We'll keep you informed. Now, in this game, you know the story here, or perhaps you don't. Russell Erxleben pulled a leg muscle, is not kicking Tony Galbraith in. 2 field goals by Galbraith, but missed an extra point. Archie Manning is red hot, and New Orleans is shutting out Green Bay 12-0. And, of course, the game you are watching, Washington 17, Detroit 3. You could hear the boos as the Lions went off the field at the end of the first half. And how about this one, Jane? New England 28, the Jets 3.
Steve Grogan with 3 touchdown passes, 1 to Harold Jackson and 2 to Stanley Morgan.
And Pittsburgh, Houston, it is 10-0.
That's a 1-yard run by Sidney Thornton and a 48-yard field goal, Matt Barr.
All right, it is Buffalo 10, Cincinnati 7. That is in the second period. Buffalo leading Cincinnati as we take you live right now to County Stadium. Archie Manning and the Saints. Time running out in the first half. You are watching live, 12-0 New Orleans over Green Bay. Manning with good time. Galbraith is stopped short of the end zone. With 5 seconds, they stopped him in bounds. Now they get the clock stopped. With 3 seconds to go, there again, that score, Buffalo 10, Cincinnati 7. Tampa Bay and Baltimore scoreless in the first. We go back now for the last play of the first half. And again, it is 12-0, New Orleans leading Green Bay. Time running out here in the first half. And Irv, I'll tell you, the Saints may have put together a team this year.
No question about it, because Archie Manning's having a fantastic passing day. The last stat I heard, he completed 15 out of 16 throws. We saw one there, so he's 16 out of 17 unofficially. But he's certainly red hot.
So with timeout on the field, the Packers trying to regroup and hold him here for Bart Starr. Last week, the Packers did not score a touchdown either. Now, there is Tony Galbraith, the man who has been forced into a kicking role because of that pull leg muscle by Russell Erxleben. Already today he has kicked 2 field goals and missed that 1 extra point. And Irv, Archie Manning reeled off about 10 or 11 straight completions in the first half here for Dick Nolan as the Saints now come on up, and it'll be that man again, Galbraith, setting up for the field goal. It'll be a 19-yard attempt with time running out. 12-0 the score. He missed. He has missed an extra point and a field goal attempt. And the NFL Today will continue on CBS right after these messages from your local stations.
What happened to Freddie Prinze? Was it too much too soon or too little too long? Can you hear the laughter? The CBS Tuesday night movie at 9, 8 Central and Mountain.
This is CBS.
Halftime at the Silverdome in Pontiac, Michigan, with the Washington Redskins looking for their first victory of the NFL regular season campaign, leading the Detroit Lions by a score of 17-3. I was going to ask Mr. Jurgensen a question here, but he has his mouth full of hot dog. You didn't bring me one.
I'll go get you one.
All right. That's all right. I had an apple. It's very helpful for you
I
at
think
halftime.
Jack really has to be pleased with the way they've played so far, Frank, because his team came back after falling behind, and they marched right down and picked up a touchdown, took the lead, and they got a couple of real key breaks. And just walking outside in the press room, the big question out there was, to me, what happened on the play with Theismann? Was it the quick whistle? Was it the new rule? Everybody was concerned with that because it was a 10-point swing in the game right then.
That was exactly that, a 10-point swing in the contest, and right now the Redskins very much in command after they did trail initially by a score of 3-0. Now 17-3 Washington. Later this afternoon, CBS Sports will televise the men's and women's finals of the U.S. Open Tennis Championships from Flushing Meadows, New York. For a report, here's Pat Summerall and Tony Trabert.
Tony, it's been a long tournament. It's been filled with controversy, but now finally it's championship time.
We're down to the finals in the men's and women's, Pat. Should be two extra good matches. Tracy Austin against Chris Everett Lloyd and John McEnroe against Vitas Gerulaitis, an all-men's final in New York.
A subway series, so to speak. Let's take a look now at the participants. First of all, Chris Everett Lloyd against Billie Jean King.
This is match point in their semifinals. Billie Jean King won the first game of this match. Was not able to win another game. It was all Chris Everett Lloyd. Watch this concluder right here at match point.
Game, set, and match.
Chris Everett Lloyd advanced to the finals. 6-1, 6-love over Billie Jean King.
She'll play Tracy Austin, who defeated Martina Navratilova in their semifinal match.
This is match point, and a fine return by young Tracy Austin. Got her to a 7-5, 7-5 victory.
As far as the men are concerned, it'll be Vitas Gerulaitis against John McEnroe. And what a comeback Gerulaitis accomplished against Roscoe Tanner.
Gerulaitis lost the first two sets, was down an early service break in the third set. He came back to win the third in a tiebreaker, won the fourth 6-3, and then the fifth 6-3, and Gerulaitis has advanced to the finals.
His opponent will be John McEnroe, who had a rather much easier time, I guess you would say, with Jimmy Connors.
McEnroe seemed to be pretty much in control, won the first set 6-3. The second 6-3 was serving for the match at 5-3 in the third, but Connors fought his way back to get even at 5-all. And McEnroe wins 7-5 in the third, and he advances to the finals.
Tony, I congratulate you. You picked Chris to reach the finals, and she has done that. You picked John McEnroe to reach the finals, and he has done that.
Some people just get lucky, Patrick.
I guess you're right. We'll be on after football. Now let's get back to the NFL action.
Redskins leading by 2 touchdowns here at halftime of the Pontiac Silverdome, but keep in mind they were 2 touchdowns ahead of the Oilers in the final period last week. We'll be back with the second half in just a moment.
Here's to good friends.
A toast. Here's to a vanishing breed. Bill Evans, bachelor.
The end of a perfectly good ladies' man.
To Bill Evans, a free man. 13 more hours.
When you want the taste of a truly great American beer, tonight, let it be Lowenbrow.
Speech! Speech! Speech!
Come on, you guys. You're beautiful.
It's official. Ford's answer to rebates, the largest incentives ever available to its dealers. The biggest clearance offer in Ford history just got bigger. See your Ford dealer and discover how many hundreds of dollars you can save on new trimmer LTDs, Mustang pace car replicas, elegant Thunderbirds, tough V8 pickups, vans, Broncos, Rancheros. Compare the total Ford deal with any other. You may well find it's the best value overall.
Detroit, what a vital and exciting city, a city that won't stand still. But what if in the midst of all this hustle bustle, suddenly a man collapsed? A heart attack. He stops breathing. Would you know how to save his life? I'm Doug Inglis from the Detroit Lions, and I'd like to show you one way the people of Detroit are saving lives. It's called CPR, a volunteer program of the Red Cross supported by the United Way. CPR is short for cardiopulmonary resuscitation. Knowing how to administer it could mean the difference between life and death to someone. I recently lost a member of my family to a heart attack. That's why I know the importance of this program. That's a lesson we all should learn. And this is just one of the hundreds of United Way programs made possible by your support.
It works here in Detroit, and it works in your town, too. Thanks to you, it works for all of us, the United Way, right?
Right.